Roblox is one of those games that's almost impossible to avoid. Whether you started playing in 2009, during the guest era, in the Adopt Me boom, or because your little brother wouldn't stop talking about Dress to Impress, you've probably noticed one thing. Roblox changes a lot. Sometimes those changes are amazing. Voice chat was a huge step forward. UGC opened the door for thousands of creators. Performance has improved massively over the years. But then, there are the updates that make you sit there staring at your screen thinking, who actually asked for this? Some updates felt unnecessary. Some completely changed the platform. Some accidentally ruined features people love. And others are still causing problems years later. So today, I'm gonna rank some of Roblox's biggest mistakes throughout its history. Now, before someone starts typing an essay in the comments, this is just my opinion. If your favorite update ends up near the bottom, that's completely fine. I'm not trying to convince you you're wrong. I'm mostly looking at these based on one question. How much damage did this actually do to Roblox? Did it hurt players? Did it hurt developers? Did it change Roblox forever? Or did people just overreact for about 3 weeks before forgetting it ever happened? Those are the kinds of things I'm thinking about. With that out of the way, let's start with probably the most nostalgic mistake on this list. Removing noob. I think almost every older Roblox player saw this one coming. If you joined Roblox after 2017, you've probably only seen pictures of them. That classic blue shirt, the green pants, the smile. The username that was literally just noob. Noobs were basically Roblox free trial. You didn't need an account, you didn't need an email, you didn't even need to think. You opened Roblox, click play, and within about 30 seconds, you were already running around in natural disaster survival, getting launched into space by a flying house. It was simple, it worked, and it introduced millions of people to Roblox. Now, were noobs perfect? Absolutely not. Some people used them to troll because getting banned didn't really matter. You couldn't customize your avatar, you couldn't chat, you couldn't make friends. Half the server treated noobs like they were some completely different species. If you were a noob, there was probably a 50% chance someone would either help you or spend the next 10 minutes calling you a noob. There really wasn't much in between. So I understand why Roblox eventually wanted to remove them. Their explanation was basically that noobs were confusing new players. Instead of making an account immediately, people would play as a noob, leave, and never come back. From a business perspective, that actually makes sense. If someone creates an account, they're much more likely to return. And if they return, they're much more likely to spend money. That's just how online platforms work. But here's why I still think removing noobs was a mistake. Noobs weren't just a feature. They were part of Roblox's identity. When people think about classic Roblox, noobs are one of the first things that come to mind. Even today, you'll find people recreating noob avatars, making noob fan art, even entire games based around noobs. That's how memorable they became. Removing them wasn't some catastrophic update that destroyed Roblox overnight. The game obviously survived. But it marked the beginning of Roblox moving away from feeling like a small community and becoming a much more polished business. That's why I'm going to put removing noob in, bring back. Removing tickets. Ticks. Now, this one hurts. If you never got to experience tickets, let me explain why older players still bring them up almost 10 years later. Back then, Roblox actually had two different currencies. There was Robux, and there were tickets, or ticks. Every single day you logged in, Roblox would give you a few tickets for free. Not a lot. You weren't suddenly becoming rich. But if you logged in consistently, saved up for a while, maybe sold a shirt or two, eventually you could actually buy something for your avatar without spending real money. And honestly, that was awesome. For a kid who couldn't just ask their parents for Robux every week, ticks gave you something to work toward. Maybe you wanted a cool hat, maybe a new shirt, maybe one of those ridiculously expensive faces everyone wanted. You knew it'd take time, but it felt possible. That little bit of progression made logging in every day feel rewarding. Of course, there was a downside. Actually, there were several. People figured out they could make hundreds of alternate accounts and collect free tickets every single day. Some players were farming thousands of ticks without really doing anything. Bots became a serious problem. The Roblox economy started getting weird. Eventually, Roblox announced that tickets were being removed. Their reasoning was that they wanted one simple currency and a healthier economy. Again, their reasoning wasn't completely ridiculous. From their perspective, maintaining two currencies was becoming more trouble than it was worth. But here's the problem. When tickets disappeared, earning free cosmetics basically disappeared too. Suddenly, the only real way to customize your avatar was with Robux. Sure, there are free avatar items today, and yes, Roblox gives away event rewards. But it isn't the same. Back then, you could slowly build your avatar just by playing. Today, if you want something specific, there's a pretty good chance you'll eventually end up opening your wallet. Whether removing ticks was necessary is still debated today. Personally, I think Roblox probably had to deal with the bot problem somehow. I just wish they'd found another solution instead of deleting one of the platform's most beloved features entirely. So that's why I will put this in miss it. Sponsored events taking over Roblox. Remember when Roblox events actually felt special? If you've been playing for a while, you probably remember events like egg hunts, Halloween events, or the old Christmas events. They weren't perfect, but they were something the community genuinely looked forward to every year. You'd log on with your friends, spend hours trying to collect every item, and by the end of it, you'd have a bunch of limited time accessories that actually meant something because you had to earn them. Some of those events were genuinely difficult too. You couldn't just join a game for 30 seconds and leave. You actually had to solve puzzles, complete obbies, or explore different experiences. It felt like Roblox itself was celebrating with the community. Then, things started changing. Instead of big seasonal events, we started getting more and more sponsored events. Movie promotions, brand collaborations, concerts, companies advertising products inside Roblox. Now, don't get me wrong. On paper, there's nothing wrong with sponsorships. Roblox is a business, and businesses like making money. That's about as surprising as finding out water is wet. Some sponsored events were actually pretty good. There were a few that had fun mini-games, decent rewards, and clearly had some effort put into them. But a lot of them felt empty. It started feeling less like Roblox was making events for players and more like companies were renting space on the front page. Instead of asking, what would players enjoy? It felt like the question became, how do we advertise this brand inside a game? Eventually, Roblox stopped doing major annual events like the classic egg hunts altogether. For a lot of players, that was the real disappointment. It wasn't that sponsored events existed, it was that they replaced something people genuinely love. And that's the difference. If Roblox had kept making huge community events while also doing sponsorships, I don't think nearly as many people would have complained. Instead, it felt like one slowly pushed the other out. Even today, you'll still see people asking if egg hunts are ever coming back. That's how much of an impact they had. Sometimes nostalgia definitely plays a role, but I don't think it's just nostalgia. Those events gave the whole platform something to get excited about. For a few weeks every year, almost everyone was playing the same event, sharing tips, helping each other find secrets, and showing off the rewards they earn. It made Roblox feel like one big community instead of millions of people playing completely separate games. Losing that feeling is something I don't think Roblox has ever fully replaced, and that's why I'm going to put it in Miss It. The question is whether Roblox can learn from these mistakes, because a platform isn't defined by never making mistakes. It's defined by whether it actually listens when millions of players tell them something isn't working. But that's just my opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think Roblox's biggest mistake was, because I guarantee there are probably a few I missed. The Roblox community has enough complaints to fill an entire sequel, because apparently one video was not enough for a platform with this much history. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.